Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Boy Scout. I'm here with my boy Redzed. What's up, brother? How
What's
you
up?
doing? And you're tuning into the very special and very exclusive, very first English interview for you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're here with me today. We've been planning this interview for like 2 years, maybe
Yeah,
1.5
maybe
years?
like a year.
For like ages.
Yeah.
Like this year we were supposed to do it for like 5 times, right? You were coming in and out.
It's like a seventh attempt.
So yeah, 7 and 10, and the very last one, I hope. So I'm glad we're finally here. We can finally talk about something because you have a lot of fans from abroad, right?
Yeah,
a lot of English-speaking fans, and I'm definitely sure that they want to get some more info on the background of your life and everything in music. So I'll just go and jump straight into it. So tell me, like, what was your first real contact with music generally, like when you were growing up?
Well, the first contact that I remember like vividly.
Yeah, like the first music you really like, fell in love with.
Yeah,
or just,
I remember that. My dad played Paranoid by Sabbath on a huge stereo in our house, and that was the moment when I was like really hooked. It got me hooked. And from then on, I started playing guitar and everything. So that was like the main, I guess, reason why I do this right now.
So metal was basically the first music.
Yeah, metal was definitely
really
the first one. I, of course, like every kid, listens to bunch of different music, but this was like the first actual like genre that I fell in love with. Yeah.
You were listening to any like Czech bands back then, or just
like Kabat.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I had like almost like the full discography from them. Like I had like I don't remember the number of the CDs they dropped, but
a whole lot.
It was like I had like 16 CDs from them, but I was like this tall.
Okay, though.
Back then.
And we all had a Kabat face, I think.
Yeah, everyone had.
Everyone had. So basically, tell me, what are your like favorite metal bands?
My favorite metal bands? If I had to pick like 2 that are like my top bands, it has to be Korn and Sabbath. Like I say this in every interview. It's kind of like redundant, but these are like this music like inspires me the most, I guess. Right now I listen to like I don't listen to them as much, I grew into some like different genres, but yeah, these are the main 2 bands for sure.
And generally you are more into a UK or a USA metal scene?
Yeah, good question. From the UK bands, I like the old school ones like Zeppelin and all the good old bands. But from the American era, I like more the new stuff. Yeah. Like I also like some metalcore if it's not too feminine.
like Bring Me the Horizon and stuff like that.
I like the early Bring Me the Horizon stuff. Yeah. I also like the new ones a little, but.
It's a little
I don't like when the thing about metalcore that I don't like is when there's like a super hardcore breakdown and then they sing like like a bitch or I don't know so soft, so soft. Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of friends that were like big Bring Me the Horizon fans, and after the year like 2014 and 15 when Sempiternal came out, I mean, like it was probably one of like their most successful albums. And
I like Sempiternal. Sempiternal. It's like the new wave Linkin Park or whatever.
That's I fuck with it so much because like my favorite band is Linkin Park, right? So I like the combination of like the melodies and everything, like and like the hardcoreness. And I don't really actually like the older stuff that they have,
like the super old, like the 2006 stuff. I also don't like that, like the super deathcore, like blast beats. No, I mean the era like 2010, from 2010 to 2015, I guess. Yeah, that's like my favorite era of them. Yeah.
Any other bands that just like float atop of your mind, just like?
Right now, Electric Wizard is my favorite band. Probably
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I heard the name, but
yeah.
I'm not.
It's like Stoner Doom. It's like the new wave Sabbath.
Okay.
It's not nice. It's not a new band, but they've been here for like, I don't know, 20 years. I'm just guessing. But you know, it's the Sabbath sound, but in the, you know, new modern like thick sound.
It's more like melodic or more like.
It's psychedelic. It's psychedelic
okay.
and heavy, but slow and doomy. You know. Yeah, that's what I like sometimes.
So, what did actually make you start doing music? Like you said you were playing on the guitar before, right?
Yeah.
So how did you got into like rapping and like rap metal and like the whole like how you introduced rap into your life?
I started listening to rap music and everything because it was that Bones and all the other guys, they used like elements of, you know, darkness and everything that I like from metal. So yeah, I think that's the reason. And lately I've been getting into like all the old school like NYC boom bap, like Big L, Big Pun, and all this stuff.
But the gateway into rap was like the original underground.
Yeah, the original. Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
I had it the same way, so I thought like you might have it the same way too. I mean, that actually was something that got majority of people around me into actually rapping.
Yeah,
they still stick, you know, to like the underground shit. But like definitely Bones was also like the reason I started rapping too. Like me personally. Yeah, definitely,
cool.
definitely. When I met him,
there's something about it, you know.
It's I think like Bones is really he made a big breakthrough, like generally, like not only because like the amount of music he was pumping out, but just like all the people, all the producers around him, like, you know, like Team Sesh had like, you know, 30 producers back in the day, right? At some point. And the amount of different music they were like pumping out, all the combinations, you know, everybody was from a different part of the world. You know, there was Vegard from Norway who had like a specific kind of Nordic kind of like new sound. And I know you probably know like a lot of like, you know, Drip is probably my favorite like Sesh producer, and all of this, it was like, you know, like a little bit like 3 6 Mafia back in the day. And
for sure.
Not as hard, but just.
I'm certain that if I knew 3 6 Mafia back in the day when I was listening, you know, only to metal, I would like 3 6 Mafia. But these guys introduced me to this kind of sound, so now I'm like digging into all the, you know, old school shit. Yeah.
A lot of people like talk shit about, you know, underground rap because they're like, you know, you probably heard it before that like Suicide Boys are just like 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because 3 6 Mafia was sampling someone else, and you know they came from.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying. I mean, like I knew a couple songs. I mean, I knew Juicy J, right? I was listening to Juicy J before, but I never really listened like 3 6 Mafia, and I started listening to it all the way after, like even after a couple years that underground, the hip hop was a thing. So what else do we have? I got a little lost. So you probably were asked this in interviews before, but why did you choose to start rapping in English?
Well, I always listen to, not like always, but you know, my favorite music is in English. And I was kind of like good in English because I played a lot of video games and everything. So, you know, it wasn't so hard for me to come up with lyrics and everything. But the other reason is you can say everything so naturalistic in English, and it wouldn't sound so like dramatic as you would say it in my language. Yeah, there's like the good example is rakovina and cancer. Cancer sounds way less, you know, naturalistic, if I would say.
And it's also a name for you know, how you call it, fucking this Zverokruh thing. The sign, you know, the astral sign is also Cancer, like cancer. For the crowd, I think. Yeah. So like it's two things, right? Yeah. Rakovina is the only word for one thing. I mean, I must like in person, you definitely like have a little like a Czech accent too, but like I never actually heard it in your music, which like really amazed me because like when you remember the first time we met, it was a hip hop camp like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You were performing before PTK.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was listening to you. I was in the backstage listening to you. I was like, damn man, like this kid is from like, where is he from? And I was like, oh, he's from Chile. He's my friend. I was like, whoa. So how you manage to like to don't have an accent, not having an accent, like, and because and even your vocabulary and everything is absolutely perfect, and I would never think that you're not an American.
Yeah,
or, like,
thanks,
British
bro.
or
Thanks,
something.
bro. I can actually explain this in the right way. I can't, but you know, my voice changes when I sing. Like,
Yeah.
it's the voice changes, and I also pick the words that I can say, you know, without the stupid Czech accent, like not stupid, but you know, without it sounding too corny. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say a word that I can't say right in a track, you know.
Yeah.
It's also kind of limiting, but you know, I'm getting there. You know, I'm learning new words that I can say. You know, the not corny way and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the last album you put out, the drugs and
Equal
and
Magic.
Yeah, drugs
Yeah.
equal magic. There's a big difference, just like in the way you
Pronounce.
select, not only pronounce, but the way you choose what you're actually rapping about, and like the whole vocabulary that you can see that there's a certain progress. I don't want to be sugarcoating it, but it's just something that if I compare like your music, and I've been listening to whatever you've been putting out since we met, basically, and it's like more sophisticated, you know, like hard-hitting songs. Like you cannot really put something like too extra intellectual, because you just, you know, you want a song
You're
to hit,
straightforward.
you know? Yeah. So you're straightforward. So like it seems that now you also started to, you know, branch out more into telling more of a story, or like, you know, getting more deeper in. At least that's also what I think. Like to tell me.
That's what I want to hear. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you feel the same way. Let's like.
I'm not saying I feel the same way, but you know, it makes me happy that you think that. You know?
Okay. So, brother, tell me, what does your creative process look like, or how, when you wake up in the morning, or like when you wake up in the morning and you want to produce?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Lately, I'm trying to like get up at, you know, early morning, like 8 o'clock or something. It starts, you know, with the beat. Every time it starts with the beat. I never like you know, wrote a lyric and then made a beat to it. I always.
You do your own production.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
I start, you know, start with a melody, start with synths or samples or whatever. Then I add the drums, and right before I try to mix it and everything. I test if I can, you know, rap to it. So yeah, it's as simple as that.
And you go through all the process, finish the beat, and when it's finished, then you start writing
I
the
make some
text.
mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never do it like you know, like midway through, just like because you have a certain feeling and you want to put some lyrics down. You usually just wait.
It's usually like I lay down, you know, the ideas, and you know, throughout making the beat, I'm like singing the melody and I'm like picturing what I could say in it. Yeah, it's kind of simple.
Yeah, I mean, so do you sometimes give time like to the songs?
Yeah, always.
So you like it more than like doing something on the spot, finishing it, boom, and it's finished. Yeah, you always like try to spread it out into more days.
Yeah, most of the time I listen to the tracks so, you know, so many times that I find it like repulsing. I'm like, I fucking hate this shit.
Yeah.
So
I think every artist has this.
Yeah. And then I throw in the trash, and then friend comes over and he's like, you got some new stuff, like cooking up, and I'm like, okay, I take it out of the trash and I play it, and he's like, you know, this is a banger, you should release it. I'm like, it's not, man, and I release it anyway, you know.
Are you hard on yourself like a lot?
Yeah, very hard, but it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Definitely.
I think, you know, every artist should be hard on himself. Not too much. Not too much. You shouldn't like throw away everything. But yeah, there has to be a balance.
If you could like guess a percentage of like how much of your work doesn't get released and just like, you know, stays in progress or something, you know, like
75%.
75%.
Yeah.
That you don't release.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's like I make beats like beats and lyrics every day, like almost every day, like except the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Really, you don't work on the weekends? Or
No,
like,
no,
you don't
no.
produce on the
I'm
weekend?
drinking on the weekends.
Oh.
And sometimes in the week too. But yeah, it's like every day I try to make something at least for 3 hours, 5 hours. If I'm good at it, I'm doing it all day. You know. Yeah.
And is it your sole occupation, like music making at this point? Or
Yeah.
You just tend to music.
Yeah. I either do music or I'm in the pub or I'm watching a movie right before I go to sleep.
Did you ever do a beat for somebody, or like do you like sell or give your beats to
I
someone?
I never sold a beat to anyone. I sent some beats like early on, but
Not really.
yeah, not really. You know, when I like the beat, I make a track to it.
Yeah, right.
But if I don't like it, I throw it in the trash. I don't want to send beats that I don't like to someone.
Yeah, and you don't want to send beats that you want to keep for yourself to someone at the same time.
Yeah.
So, what is your general view on like modern rap or like nowadays rap or trap music generally? Do you have, apart from underground rap, do you have any links to like any other genre of rap music?
What do you mean by that?
Like if you listen only to, I mean, you were talking about some boom bap, that you're getting into a different genres of rap. So I was curious if there aren't any other like trap music or other like like gangster rap or something that you like apart just from the underground, or do you still listen to underground that much, or like your taste has changed in years?
Well, it has definitely changed, but I still listen to underground music. Not as much as as it was when the boom happened, but I listen to I Speak on the way here.
Okay.
It's like this Russian crazy band, I would say. It's like 2 people, but yeah. I like I said, I started getting into the old school, like especially New York City boom bap. I like the rawness in it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Or like Biggie and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Definitely.
I like how it's, like I said, raw and heavy.
Like Wu-Tang also would classify, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
And I also like the way they sample stuff.
Oh, definitely. Do you incorporate or do you try to incorporate any of this as inspiration?
I did. In many of my tracks, I incorporate like samples of Big L and all the other guys. Yeah.
What would be your favorite underground artist or producer all time? Doesn't have to be recently.
Scrim for sure.
Scrim.
Scrim
Both as
in
producer.
rap. Yeah, both as producer, rapper, everything. Scrim is like my favorite right now. Right, like from the underground scene. And he probably will be. Yeah.
Anybody else apart from Scrim?
From Scrim, like for sure Ghost.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, like Ghost definitely like inspired me in the early works. But lately I'm trying to take it in different ways. So yeah.
I mean, he changed a lot, and he's more like dark and artsy.
Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's more industrial.
Yeah,
he's more
yeah,
like
yeah.
9 Inch Nail influenced, I would say. Like this noisy kind of thing. Yeah, it's cool.
He
Also-
like, he has a band now or something, no?
He
Or
has a band, yeah.
I think so. He's not really.
I think he plays all the instruments himself, but
Oh, okay.
the band is just for the shows. I think that might not be true, but
Could it still be classified as rap music, or it's more like experimental kind of? I mean,
I think that most underground music right now can't be classified as rap music because most of the underground rappers, they don't even rap. They either sing or they scream or whatever. So yeah, I mean, like Ghost is still like rapping to the industrial beat, so it's rap and he's rapping, but it's really like a whole different genre right now. Yeah, for sure.
Out of the people that you mentioned, is there somebody you would like to collab with, that you would like to do a track with? I'll probably scrim.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's yeah. I would like to, but you know, it's not like my goal to collaborate with someone on either. Like I don't want to push anything, you know. It would be awesome, yeah.
Just out of, if you want to connect your style with somebody, like, would you have somebody in mind, or like, if you can talk about it, do you have some collabs that you're working on at the moment, or like that you?
Yeah, we might do some other stuff with LEOZ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were a good combo. Definitely.
Yeah, thank you. I for sure want to do a song with Terra. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Gizmo. We're also gonna probably make another track with Gizmo.
You already did the track.
We already did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ghoul.
The Ghoul. Yeah.
He's got an album coming out in a few months or in a month. I don't know. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Did you start rapping or producing first?
Producing for sure.
Yeah.
I started producing dubstep in
Really?
2000. I don't know, 15. Like no, 14, 15, whatever. I mean, the main reason was Skrillex for sure, because I was really into Skrillex music when I was like younger. So I downloaded Ableton and I started producing like this shitty dubstep with shitty presets and everything. I was doing that for I don't know, 2 years, 3 years.
And you were releasing.
I was releasing music on the same channel that I'm releasing
Under the
music.
same name, Redzed? Yeah.
No. I was just Zed.
Okay.
I was just like, just Zed. From the Pulp Fiction movie.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
But you know, one day, you know, I just kind of got sick of it. And got into, you know, rap music, and I was also trying to incorporate, you know, the metal and stuff. So, yeah, I stopped making EDM. I started making hip hop beats, and yeah.
You were doing EDM too?
Well, like dubstep is a part of EDM.
Oh yeah, okay,
it's electronic dance music.
Yeah.
I was also trying to do some neurofunk stuff, like Noisia or yeah.
That's the rawness,
yeah.
Because I was curious.
I'm not like so good in sound design. Like I can make a wobble, like you know.
Yeah.
But and like guys like Noisia and Skrillex, like the sound designers, you know, they can take a VST and make anything that they want out of it, you know. Like making hip hop beats, like rap beats and like or mix and metal is more about, you know, playing with the samples and the melodies. But you know, dubstep and this scene is all about, you know, the sound design, how you process the you know, the wobbles and everything. There's not much melodies in dubstep. It's just, you know, the sound, the rawness. Yeah.
And you were big on like drum and bass and dubstep, like
back
in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. Sometimes I listen to upbeats and like the band, not.
Yeah. Were you ever like releasing shit on SoundCloud?
Yeah, for sure. I'm still releasing on SoundCloud.
What platform did you start on? Like releasing on YouTube?
It was YouTube, I think.
You just releasing
like SoundCloud is not so big in Czech Republic. Like not many people are familiar with it.
But it was
they weren't back in the day. I mean, if I was, you know, producing in America, I would for sure start with SoundCloud. But in here, you know, it was more about YouTube. I think it still is. It still is.
Definitely. I mean, it's just that you know, SoundCloud is fuller of like underground.
Yeah, it is.
Listeners, and there's like, I think that, you know, the most educated and like nerdy type of audience is on SoundCloud, you know, because like if you're really an artist that doesn't do like straight up mainstream music,
SoundCloud is the place when like you're gonna get appreciation from like, you know, people who've been like, you know, in the scene for a couple of years and,
Mm-hmm, yeah,
and
yeah.
follow you out of, you know, out of because they like you as an artist, not because it's, you know.
Right now there's so many people. It's, you know, it's hard to find something good. Yeah, it's like so many, yeah, artists.
Hmm. I just want to go back a little bit and ask you about the name. So like Redzed, how did that like come to life? Like,
Well, Zed is from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's the guy in the store.
Yeah,
the
that's
blonde
that,
guy. And Red is from Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
There's Morgan Freeman. He plays the guy called. His name is Red.
Uh-huh.
So I combined my two favorite movies into one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it also rhymes. So yeah, Red Zed.
That's dead. Where do you think you have the biggest like fan base? Is it in Czech Republic or is it more abroad?
Right now it's in Russia.
In Russia.
In Russia.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's not like that much bigger than in Czech Republic, but Russia has like a first place, and I think second is Czech Republic, and then Germany, America. Yeah, it goes on. We're gonna do a show in Finland, and like the first show abroad.
That was my next question. Like, if you ever played abroad or just in Czech Republic?
Not yet. I had some shows planned, but you know, it got canceled.
There was a tour that you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I am supposed to do a tour, but you know, it got postponed and everything. But I was supposed to play in Malta.
With Eddie or?
With Eddie, yeah. But it got, you know, also postponed because of the pandemic. But there's a festival in Finland. I can't really recall the name of the festival, but it's in June, I guess. Yeah. So I'm gonna be there, and I hope to be, you know, in other, you know, European countries. Yeah, this year.
At least be able to perform here, no? Yeah. If nothing. How is the whole like pandemic affecting you as an artist, or is it affecting you as an artist? Did it give you more time to focus on music?
Well, it did give me more time to focus on music for sure, but you know, also being around people and experiencing, you know, stuff also inspires you. So the fact that I was in my room making beats every day, I think, you know, it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Because you know, most of my like successful tracks are inspired by something, you know, I lived through or whatever. Yeah. But when you stay home, you know, sitting on your ass and, you know, just trying to come up with something, you know, it can be, I don't know how to use the word, but
boring.
But yeah, boring, and like you get stuck in this cycle or something.
Yeah,
but
you miss shows.
I miss shows for sure, because right before the second wave came, I had a tour in Czech Republic, and I was really enjoying it. There were like three stops we had. They were all fucking great. So yeah, it sucks, man.
It definitely sucks. Like how many stops there were supposed to be?
18, I think.
18.
18.
You did 3.
I'm guessing. I'm just guessing.
Okay. Was it just like Czech cities in Slovakia too?
Slovakia too. Yeah.
So do you get like, are you in contact with some artists like from abroad that like fuck with you, or that like reach out to you and like say like, yo, like you make fine music, or like were there any artists that reached out to you like this, or?
Well, you know, all the artists I made tracks with were the ones I was looking up to. So yeah, you know, of course, you know, I was stoked. You know, like LOZ, Gizmo, like I said. For sure, yeah.
How would you want to evolve artistically, or if you want to evolve, like if you still feel that there are some frontiers that you wanna?
I want to evolve. Yeah.
Or like this new shit you want to try, if you want to be doing more like singing, if you want to be doing like more like hard rap, or like, you know, start to do something completely different, or...
Well, right now I'm doing like a fusion between, you know, like doomy, metally beats with, you know, psychedelic singing and, you know, fast rapping and like fusing this. But later on, I want to actually like incorporate some EDM stuff, like not like EDM like the.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I like
something something like, you know, something dark.
Yeah. I actually have a track with the drum and bass rhythm ready, like kind of ready.
Well, isn't that the one that you did the riff on the bass guitar when we were in the studio?
No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one.
Okay. That doesn't sound bad too.
Yeah. So I want to experiment with this later on. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. What is your stance on drugs? This is a little...
On drugs?
Yeah, what is it?
My stance?
Your stance on drugs. Just generally, you know. Like,
yeah. That's a hard question.
Don't
my
have to be
stance.
Specific.
I think that drugs, you know, I hope they are bad or good. It depends on the person, on the psyche of the person, for sure. I know I have a lot of friends that can, you know, take, you know, huge amounts of drugs and they don't have any, like, you know, bad effects from them. But some get fucked up from just a little amount. I don't think that drugs necessarily like inspire you to do anything. I think that's kind of a lie. I never made a track high on anything. I was always sober making music.
Not
I
even
was just,
weed, like
I never smoked weed.
You never smoked weed?
No, I never smoked weed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like not the only drug, but one of them that never, you know, stuck with me.
Doesn't do you any good.
I like drugs that, you know, stimulate me and make me more confident and, you know, yeah. But, you know, weed makes me more into myself, you know, like introverted.
Does it help you, like, when you're performing on shows? Do you rather perform sober, or you sometimes, you know, help yourself a little bit with like a little stimulation?
Well, I always drink. I always drink. I can say I'm a heavy drinker. Okay. Like, I drink a lot, but.
You have a favorite drink or like favorite?
Vodka, for sure.
Slavic
for
boys.
sure. Yeah. I mean, vodka. I'm like used to it. It calms me down.
Calms you down.
Calms me down. So, and I'm like really nervous before every show. So yeah, this helps me sometimes, or every time.
Cool. I have a couple last questions. I'm gonna ask you regarding your clothing. Do you just stick to like metal-inspired type of wear, or do you have any brands that you like, or you just like don't really fuck with thinking that much about clothing in general?
Well, I just wear like metal band shirts and black clothing, and I'm sponsored by Vans, so cool. I got like a lot of Vans stuff. But I don't care about this as much, you know.
You just recently released new merch, right? Or like how often do you release like clothing?
How often do I release a merch?
Yeah.
Well, I try to keep it like limited, so I can tell, you know, if my fan wears a shirt from that era, I can tell like when he was
when he started becoming a fan. Basically.
Yeah, it's not like that I care so much, but you know, it's cool to see. It's cool to see the guy
with the OG shirt.
With the OG shirt that I released 3 years ago. Yeah, I just released the Wizard of Red merch today. Most of the designs there's Diseased Canvas from Prague.
Doesn't he also tattoo or?
Yeah, he does. Most of my tattoos he does. He's a great artist.
We're gonna jump in the studio later on today.
Yeah, for sure.
We're working on a track. I think we can say that maybe by the time that it's gonna be released, this interview.
It might be released also. Yeah.
The song might be released also, but we'll see, man.
We'll
I hope to see you on more shows next year. I hope everything will fucking come down and we can.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
We can smash more shows. And thank you very much
excited
for the interview, bro.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
And this is Boy Scout for the Mag. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you soon.